How do you start investing when you just don't have much to invest? I'm going to reveal 5 investments you can make with just $100 and how to get started in 2019. These are non-traditional investments that anyone can use. We're talking starting investing today on Let's Talk Money. Beat debt, make money, make your money work for you, creating the financial future you deserve. Let's Talk Money. Joseph Hogue with the Let's Talk Money channel here on YouTube. I want to send a special shout out to everyone in the community. Thank you for taking a part of your day to be here. If you're not part of that community yet, just click that little red subscribe button. It's free and you'll never miss an episode. Now, we've done a lot of investing videos here on the channel. In fact, I did one on starting with $1,000 a few weeks ago, but this one's going to be totally different. I hear from a lot of people in the community that they want to get started investing, but they just can't find that many options in which to invest. They want to invest in stocks, but you can't buy $1,000 shares of Amazon with $100. What we're talking about here is how to get the most out of your money, some strategies outside of traditional investments to really get that biggest bang for your Benjamin. Now, I'll show you how to get started on each of these 5 investments for $100 or less, how much you can expect to make, and talk about some of the risks in each. After these first 5 investments, I've got a bonus investment you can make that is going to give you a guaranteed return, and it's one that a lot of people overlook, so make sure you stick around for that. Our first $100 investment idea is a fun one, flea market flipping. Now, like a lot of the investment ideas we'll look at in this video, this one's a creative one. You're not going to be able to just put down $100 and expect it to double or triple in stocks that first year, but that's exactly what you can expect with flea market flipping. By getting something from local consignment shops or flea markets and then selling it at that national level on eBay, you can increase the demand and the price you get for that item. In fact, I interviewed 2 flippers earlier in the year that said they won't even touch a flip unless they can get a 25% minimum return in less than a month. If you take just that minimum return each month and keep reinvesting your money, that $100 can grow to nearly $1,200 by the end of the year. Now, just a few tips are going to help you be more successful in flea market flipping. First is that it helps to focus on one or a few types of items. You might try flipping sports memorabilia or maybe porcelain figurines or kitchen items. This way you start to get a feel for how much something is really worth and the quick return you can make reselling it. You also want to use your smartphone to double check what you can get reselling an item. You can check the price and quality of similar items on eBay as well as what other sellers are offering, like free shipping or accessories. Finally, for flea market flipping is to open your search to as many sources as possible. This means looking in the paper, going to consignment shops and auctions, anywhere you can find a deal and find more things to flip. Our second $100 investment idea is going to be to use commission-free investing apps like Robinhood. The app is similar to a lot of investing sites but has one very important difference for someone just getting started and on less money. Robinhood is commission-free, meaning you pay nothing every time you buy a stock. Even versus the cheapest online investing sites, that's going to save you $5 a trade, which would be like 5% of your money on that $100. Now, there are a couple of drawbacks to Robinhood that most people don't talk about here on YouTube, and it's really because they're trying to get you to click through so they can get that referral commission. There are no retirement account options on Robinhood, so you'll need at least one other website for your IRA or your Roth. These are amazing ways to save money, and it's going to be the best return you'll ever make, so don't neglect these special investing accounts. Now, another thing you don't hear about Robinhood is how it makes money. Listen, these commission-free trades don't come from nowhere. Robinhood makes money by selling your trading information and lending out your shares to short sellers. It's a pretty common practice among brokers, but most people don't hear about it. I don't think it's a deal breaker. It's still a great way to start investing for $100, but you should know where they make their money. So by using Robinhood, you're already up 5% or more by not paying those trading fees you find on other investing platforms. Now, another route you can take to invest your money, and this is our third idea, is to invest only in exchange-traded funds or ETFs. These are like those traditional mutual funds but cost much less and still give you that instant diversification across hundreds or even thousands of stocks. There are a couple of reasons why I really like ETFs for investing. One is that instant diversification because no single stock is going to drag your portfolio down. Even if a company's stock crashes, it might be less than 1% of that ETF, so you won't see that overall price suffer. For this idea of investing $100 though, ETFs also mean you don't need thousands of dollars to get those shares of Amazon or Warren Buffett's company Berkshire Hathaway. For any stock you want to buy, you can find a fund that holds it and then just buy shares of that fund for a fraction of the cost. Now, the return on both that Robinhood app and the ETF investing isn't going to be like what you'd find in flea market flipping or some of the other non-traditional investments we'll talk about. You'll get that market return between 8 to 10% a year, but most people don't understand that's really all you need. Everyone wants to chase stocks and reach for those double-digit returns, but $100 invested monthly, starting maybe when you're in your 30s, grows to over $280,000 by the time you reach 65. And that's on a modest 9% annual return. If you're looking for a great place to start, I'll go over a few of the ETFs I hold and that I think could be a solid investment for 2019. First here is the Vanguard Real Estate ETF, or ticker VNQ. Now this is a great way to get that real estate exposure in your portfolio because they invest in hundreds of real estate investment trusts that hold commercial properties. The fund has been hit this year on rising interest rates but pays a solid 4.4% dividend, and that expense ratio is one of the lowest you'll find. Another fund I own is the Consumer Staples Select Sector ETF, or XLP. Now this fund holds shares in companies like Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, and Walmart, all the things that people are gonna buy even if a recession hits in 2019. That means the shares won't fall as hard as the other stocks, and you can still get that nice 2.7% dividend. Now this last fund is one you probably haven't heard of, the Alerian MLP, or ticker AMLP. This fund holds master limited partnerships, which are special companies that hold energy pipelines and storage facilities. These companies make their money on transaction fees moving oil or natural gas through pipelines, so it's not necessarily all about oil prices. The fund pays an amazing 8.4% dividend and bypasses that annoying K1 tax form you get for investing directly in MLPs. Now, our fourth investment you can make for $100 or less gets more to those non-traditional investments, and that's buying books or courses. Now, I know a lot of you are rolling your eyes right now, but let's be honest, you're not going to get that much in stocks or other investments for $100. Compare that with what you can get on Amazon Kindle or courses on Udemy. Now, the idea here isn't to spend $100 on smut novels and video courses for solving a Rubik's Cube. You can get ebooks on building a business for less than $10 and video courses on Udemy for less than $20 each. That means all the information you need to get your side business started on that $100 and potential to create something that's going to make you rich someday. Our fifth $100 investment, before we get to that bonus investment that's going to guarantee a double-digit return, is going to be to play off of that last one, that buying books and courses. Now, your first reaction might be to buy these books and courses for you, but you can also find some great books for your kids to spark that entrepreneurial spirit. Let's be honest here, our kids are like walking, slobbering little lottery tickets, right? I'm getting them all the opportunities they can get through education and information so they grow up to be CEOs someday. And here it doesn't even have to be books or a course on making money or building a business. Get them a biography that's going to instill in them the values that will make them successful, or something that's going to open their mind to a bigger world. So those are our five $100 investments you can make in 2019, but our bonus one is going to guarantee you that double-digit return. And it's one that a lot of people don't think about, and this is just to pay off those high-interest credit cards. Now look, I know it's not as sexy or as fun as investing in the next hot stock, but there's no better way to guarantee you get an 18% return or higher than making sure you pay off those credit card balances every month. Now this is different than saying paying off your debts before you start investing. We're talking keeping those debts paid off. So maybe if you go on vacation and run up your credit cards, pay those suckers off before you get back on your investments. I'd love to hear your ideas for investing or your favorite investments for 2019, so use the comment section below the video to share with the community. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with the best videos on beating debt, making more money, and making your money work for you. If you've got a question about money, just scroll down and ask it in the comments and we'll answer it in a future video.